Students at Nelson Mandela University remain resolute that they will continue to keep the doors of this institution closed until their demands are met. Top of those demands are issues of NSFAS allowances pertaining to food allowances and book allowances, which they're saying have not been distributed or are not efficient for this semester. But joining me this morning is members of the DASO and also members from SASCO. Talk more about these issues and exactly what their demands are to the management of Nelson Mandela University. Dankaro from DASO, what are the pertinent issues that have caused you guys to protest this morning?
It's the issue that even now it's the month of April. It's the second month of our academic year. We started late. And many students are still not registered. Many students are still at home. Many students don't have a place to stay. On top of that, we cannot attend our lectures because we're not registered. Another thing is that NSFAS hasn't approved a lot of students yet. Some students are now told that they're unfunded with no clear reason why. And unfortunately, we cannot talk to the offices now via emails anymore. Those representatives for those departments must come back to work because they're not much help at home, because this thing of communicating via email is not effective at the moment, because they can choose to ignore or respond to emails. So we want them to also come back here so they can have the offices be more efficient. Because right now, even the registration process ends in 2 days. Many students, there's no movement. And the university hasn't been much help in that regard. So we come here because it's the only language they understand, where we come here and shut down the university. And hopefully, we don't have to come back here again.
Ngaro, when you speak about students not registering, right, are they not registering because they've got prehistoric debt or because there's issues of NSFAS allowances that are not being distributed for them to register? What is the issue in terms of registration?
Okay, there are many issues in terms of registration. For example, many students can't register because of they had historical debt. And there's this system that is called registration concession, which allows students to register with that historical debt. But still, the issue is that that system is not effective because it hasn't approved those students yet. So many students applied for that thing a month ago. They're still not approved. So the students are being told to wait and wait and wait. Wait until when?
Thank you so much, Dankaro. Let's now speak to the SASCO here at NNMU as well. Mbulelo from SASCO, speaking earlier on to some of the other students when they were saying one of the issues here is the issue of NSFAS allowances, especially in terms of book allowances for first year, not even close enough to what they need for the semester.
It's the issue of allowances is a very, very critical issue. Because you cannot say students must start their academics, but you have not given them their book allowances. It does not make sense. What are they going to use to study? Another thing is that first years have received laptops that are not working now, by the way, but there is money that is being deducted from their book allowances. An amount of money that we don't understand where it comes from. How the pricing was how did they come to the pricing of laptops? We don't understand. We need to understand that the period that we are in this decade, we cannot just say students must go to class. We need to give them laptops. It's a need in these times that we are in, because students study online. So without a laptop, you are basically academically excluding a student from succeeding in their academics. So I said to the university, we don't understand these exorbitant prices of laptops. They must relook at that. The issue of living allowances also, it's a very critical issue. How do I go every day, wake up in the morning, but I'm hungry? It does not make sense. The university, it is very quick to say the academic calendar must finish on time, but very slow to say how do we equip students to properly finish the academic year. How you equip me? You give me my money for books, I should go buy books. A laptop, I should get a laptop. My meal allowances so I can be well fed every day before I go to classes. That is where we at the SASCO. But critically so, the issue of registration, it is of paramount importance. We are 2 days left before registration closes. This is extended registration, by the way. There is a majority of students who have not registered. There are postgrads whose academic admission statuses, they are not even accepted in the university yet. There's been a backlog. Why? Because the university has staff members who have all put in sick notes. They say they have comorbidities. But we have unemployed graduates within the university, and the university doesn't want to take them in as assistant students into these departments. So students are very frustrated. We don't come here because we have nothing to do. We are students, want to study, that is why we are here. Want to register, want our meal allowances, we want our book allowances. That is where we at as students. Thank you.
That was Mbulelo from SASCO and Tagaro from DA saying that as students, they don't really want to stand out here and protest. They want to be on their desk studying and get this year done. But they cannot do that with empty stomachs. They can't do that without enough money for book allowances. So they're asking management to really come to the table, sit down, discuss pertinent issues pertaining NSFAS allowances, pertaining registration. And until that is done, they have vowed to keep the doors of this institution closed until their demands are met.